Well, a very big welcome to you all. We're still missing you a lot, but we hope that you are enjoying all those amazing walking videos that Catherine has been recording for you, and you've been able to get out and enjoy the weather a little bit. It's been so hot, but it's so beautiful, and summer really is with us in full go, so to speak. Now, we have been working a little bit this July, and hopefully you would have seen that the other day Catherine and I have started to create on location, so to speak. So on this week we've been to Heber Down, and I was practicing some dancing in the water. It was just so beautiful. It rained, and there was that continuous trickle through the creek, and it was just such a beautiful setting. We really wanted to take advantage of that. And so now we're going to take the dance that I had done, and we're going to offer a seated version. So a little bit more gentle, a little bit more opportunity for you to really think about kind of that sense that water gives you and how it makes you feel and how calming it can be. So before we get started, just make sure that your area is clear. Make sure that you've got a nice sturdy chair to sit on, and we're going to get started. So I'm going to make my way back and sit down, and we're just going to talk a little bit about some of the movements before we actually go ahead and use that same beautiful piece of music by Andy Monroe, and it's Waves, which I thought was quite appropriate. And so we're just going to go ahead and talk a few bits. So I'm going to make my way back to my chair. Make sure your space is clear before we get started. Perfect. And so one of the first movements that I want you to think about that really kind of incorporates some of the things that I did in the water. We're going to keep our feet nice and firmly on the floor, and I really want you to feel like your hands are just drifting in the water there. It could be a creek, it could be the lake, it could be your bathtub, but just really feel that nice sensation. And if you want to go ahead and take it a little bit more into your spine too, beautiful. We're going to take a few little bits, but I want you to imagine that nice cool water running through your fingers here. And once we get to one side, imagine that you're just going to swoosh, and you swoosh all the way around to one way, nice and slowly. And imagine your palms on the top of the water, beautiful, as you sloop the other way. And then we're going to go back to feeling that little swish. Imagine how that nice cool water feels on your hands. Good. And then we're going to swoop around one way, and imagine your fingers brushing the top of the water. You can give your fingers a little wiggle if you want to in that respect, and then we're going to sit nice and tall again. Good. Now we're just going to take one hand, and I want you to be a little bit playful with this one. So we're going to swish the water one way, swish it back, and then we're going to make a big splash, and that arm is going to go all the way over. And you can think about how those droplets of water feel as they come over the top of your head. And then we're going to go the other way, forward and back, and swoosh, and forward, back, and swoosh. And we're going to take that 4 times through, forward and back, and swoosh. Beautiful. Then we're going to incorporate a little bit of lower body work. And even though it rained the day that we were there, it was still really nice and warm, but it was still quite cautious to go in the water. So we're going to do a little bit of footwork. Tap. And I want you just to tap your water. It's like your toe into the water. You're testing it. So we're going to tap, and we're going to do that little rebound. Tap, little rebound, tap, and really feel that nice work through your toes and through your legs. Tap. We're going to be very cautious 4 times, and then we're going to realize that it's actually pretty cool. And then I want you to be really energetic. Imagine that you're splashing the water at me. We can have a splash fight across the camera. Perfect. We're going to do that 4 times, and then we're going to go back to our upper body and that beautiful playful spray across the top. Good. Then we're going to reach forward. And this time we're going to make sure that our hips are nice and firmly seated on a chair, our feet are nice and firmly planted, and however comfortable you are moving forward, I want you to imagine that your arms are going deep this time. You're going to scoop down, and you're going to throw that water up. And this time you've got a lot of stuff in your hands, and it's going to drip down on your face, and I really want you to appreciate that. It has been so hot that having that nice cool water on your face has been lovely. So keeping your hips nice and firmly in the chair, we're going to reach down and reach up and lift your chest, open your rib cage, feel that breath as you toss that water up. Beautiful. And then we're going to go again up, really nice breath, beautiful. And now we're going to go back to swings. So we're going to take that 4 times too. And then we're just going to run our fingers through the water, forward and backwards, and feel a nice little rotate. If you can see my hand, feel a nice little rotate in your wrist. So your hand is going to run backwards and then it's going to flip and flip and flip and flip. Good. And just take it nice and low this time, but really try to feel a nice little rotation through that spine. Beautiful. And then we'll repeat our ups. Then we're going to incorporate one of the movements where it's upper body and lower body. And so we're going to swish our leg out. Push. And I want you to think like you're taking that water and you're swishing it away. And then take your other arm, swish that water away. Really feel that sense of extension and as if those drips are going far, far, far. Good. And then drips nice and quickly. And then this time after that, we're going to take a slow reach. And this time we're going to take our arms all the way back so that we're extending that movement a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Good. And the next 4, if you're feeling good, we're going to incorporate even more. And we're going to try and look at that backhand and flip and back. Good. Then we're going to go back to our flips. Again, we're going to take that twice through. And then just for the end little piece of music, I want you to just get playful, get creative. Think about how you feel. Maybe you just want to float. You know, maybe you want to flick the water from your fingers. I know when I was little, my mom always used to flick things at us when we were little. She used to flick the water off her fingers, which always made us laugh. Maybe you want to shake. Maybe you just want to ripple. Maybe you want to feel your fingers on the water. So we'll just do a few little counts where it really is your own. I'll do my own thing and you guys can do your own thing. And we'll just kind of share that creative process. Okay, but we're just going to start with our nice waves piece of music. Here we go. Sitting nice and tall in your chair, making sure your feet are nice and firmly planted on the floor. And we're going to start with our nice piece of music. Good. Little sways. Good. And then take that beautiful big sweep. As if you're pushing your hands on the water. Good. Repeat. Feel that water. Good. And other way around. And back the other way. Good. Little forward. And big switch. Forward, back, big switch. Forward, back, big switch. Good. Back, and big switch. Good. Little swings. And again. Good. Feeling that water through your hands. Good. Front to back. And over. And front, back, Let's swoop it down as low as you're comfortable and enjoy. Good. And open. Last time. Good. Let's go back to our feet. Little touches. Is it cold? No, it's gorgeous. Good. Are you ready? I'm splashing you. Here it comes. Swish. Good. Let's scoop that water. And sweep. And sweep. Last time. Good. Let's take a nice big swing. Good. And this time, let's turn our heads. Good. Arm and legs. Sweep. And drop. Other side. Sweep. And drop. Sweep. Good. Let's take those swings again. Big ones. Good. And then this time, let's turn our heads. Good. And now ready? Let's get creative. Maybe you're going to ripple. Maybe you're going to twinkle up. And finish in a beautiful position. Gorgeous. Good. I hope you got playful at the end there. Wonderful. I hope you enjoyed that kind of nice sensation of the water and the music and the kind of continuous flow that your body can create when we move in a nice flow. Awesome job. Excellent work, guys.